Tanong ko para kay Julia, gusto ko naman naman ano yung reaction or comment mo sa sinabi ng producer ninyo na ikaw daw ang next action queen. Anong comment?
Siyempre po, happy and honored. Siguro ako naman yung isa sa mga babae na bibilang sa pangarap din naman yun. And ang swerte ko na magkaroon ako ng experience na makasama si Direk Richard, magkaroon ng tatak Somes dahil hindi naman mangyayari itong topak na kung ano man yung ginawa ko dito without Direk also and all the cast. So, masaya po and honored. And sana, hindi lang tunay, Direk. Baka naman.
At para naman kay Direk Richard, ano masasabi mo sa line-up ng casting mo sa topak?
Actually, ano yun, it's really a handpick from the producers to our collaborators kung sino yung mga bagay dito. And una sa lahat, siyempre, pag-aralan mo na kaagad kung who could really portray. And ako, sobrang honored and I think this is one of my experience working with the prime actors of this generation right now. So that's really something na i-cherish natin.
Maraming salamat, Freeman. Our next question.
Okay, yung next na question si Jennifer Aguat, entertainment reporter din ng Freeman Newspaper.
Hello, good afternoon, welcome to Cebu, and Merry Christmas. So, I heard that this movie was shot 2 years ago in 2022. So I'm just curious, 2 years after you shot this, were you satisfied with the outcome? And just to include one more question, this has two versions, R18 and R16. How much of it was cut in order to get that R16? And will they get the same experience regardless whatever version they saw? Thank you.
I think there's no difference between 16 and 18. It's just a matter of how adventurous you are or kung gaano kayo ka fan of the action scenes. But R16 and R18 was never compromised. The story itself and the build-up of the characters is still there. And at the same time, 2 years ago, if we're satisfied already with the film, actually, film walang ending. It's a never-ending siya na proseso with everyone. You could see na, sana may ganito pa kung cut, may ganito pa. Pero at the end of the day, maging masaya ka, sana buo nyo lahat. So, promise, kung SM man kayo or Robinsons manood, watch it. Kung sobra lang kayong adventurous and very Gen Z and very mas excitement-oriented, please watch the R18. But the R16, handpick ng producer namin, Miss Sylvia, isa-isa yun kung ano yung importante doon. Pero wala kami may pinutol for the sake of putol or tapon lang. So yun ang promise namin sa inyo. The same po tayo.
One follow-up question. You know, there's some entries of MMFF that they were willing to spend lots of money just to make a quality movie because you know the taste of the Filipino moviegoers have changed a lot. So I'm just curious if you're willing to disclose or give us an idea of how much you had to spend to produce this movie. Thank you.
The producer. Sino yung gusto mong sumagot? Jennifer.
Ang pinaka-vlog ko eh.
Oo, siyempre, si Tita.
Okay.
Magkano daw ang ginastos mo?
Ay, yung ginastos ko worth it para sa ibabayan nyo. Sobra-sobra. Kita mga Bisaya, mahilig tag mga sinumbagay, mahilig ng mga action. I think this is the right time after ilang years na wala tayong action. Ako, itataya ko buhay ko sa topak at sa mga artista ko na ubod ng galing. Lahat sila ng trabaho. Lahat sila umarte ng tama. So ako, sinasabi ko lang, tapusin na natin itong salita mo. Ganito na lang, para hindi na ako mag-explain. Manood kayo. Kung hindi nyo magustuhan, ibabalik ko 10 times ang pera.
Ang tawag doon straight friend.
Diba? Once again, we would like to acknowledge the presence, of course, ng ating
aming mga producers, Miss Silvia Sanchez, together with, of course, Direk Wilfredo. Ayan. Thank you so much. Andyan po. Okay, continue, ate.
Okay, susunod na magtatanong si Vanessa Balbuena, the entertainment editor of the Freeman.
Okay, bago siya magtanong, ito muna si Direk Will. Baka meron ka namang konting mensahe, Direk. Ikaw din, syempre.
Pag pinanood niyo po yung Topa, nagustuhan niyo, hindi ko ibabalik yung binayad niyo. Joke lang. Magugustuhan niyo for sure, kasi Topa, hindi lang po damay-damay, tabang-tabang po tayo para maging successful yung mga action films natin ng mga susunod. So, maraming salamat.
Tama, tabang is help, right? Tabang.
Okay, Vanessa. May hapon na lang danan. Welcome to Cebu, especially Coco. It's your first time here in Cebu. Okay, my question is to any of our cast, how is Nathan, studio, and the Sanchez family as producers?
Siguro simulan natin kay Tito Levy, para kamusta po ang Nathan at ang Atayde family as producers, Tito Levy?
Yung totoo,
Opo.
wala akong masabi. Napakabait ng boss namin. Napakabait ni Kong. Wala akong masabi. Talagang parang isang family. I've been doing a lot of movie since 90s. First time ko na Jerry sa akin, napakabait ni sa akin. So, wala akong masabi. Napakabait nila. Very professional. They treat us like a family. Yun ang importante. Ito ka lang hindi ko na. Kailangan na-treat them bukas. All the way to the top na isang pamilya.
Yes.
Dahil kapag hindi mo tinre ang isang tao sa iyong production, magdadasal yun. Na huwag kumita ang pinili mo. Automatic yun. Pero rito, wala akong nakita o narinig na nagreklamo. Kaya talagang isa kami buong pamilya rito. Salamat po.
Salamat po.
Totoo naman yan. I can attest to that. At meron din akong tanong since Tito Levy, hindi mo na kita bibitawan. Kasi since pagtitignan naman natin sa hilerang ito, hindi ko sabihin yung salitang, yung word na ayaw mo. Sabihin ko na lang, isa kang well experienced. Oo, isa kang senior. Pagdating sa action. Ngayon, ano ang kaibahan ng action na naibigay o ginawa nyo dito sa Topa sa action ginagawa mo nung araw pa?
Simulan muna natin muna. Isa lang muna.
Ayan na, simula. Penging ka pala. Simula.
Yung pagkakaiba, dito sa mas na to, inakita ko, hindi ko kasama natin siya. I've been doing action since late 94. Action talaga. I produce movie, action din. Pero I salute Julia. Nakita ko, magaling siya. Mabait, professional, maganda, mahusay sa drama. Pero pagdating sa action niya, nakita ko kasi I did a lot of movie action about bida ang babae, like Ann Curtis in Bypass. Doon. Ang kagandaan kay Julia, hindi siya natakot na biyakin ang mukha niya. Hindi siya nagpapaganda. Kung makikita niyo yung mga action scene niya, ako na ang sinasabi sa inyo, bibinig ko.
Pwede pala ako dyan. Kasi hindi naman ako maganda.
Julia, kami kang Tito Levy, ha?
Okay. Si Kong Ardy, alam naman natin, drama yan. Pero dito, yung pag-deliver niya, yung emotion niya, napakagaling niya. Lalo na sa action, naiiba rin siya. Iba rin ang action. Itong Topa, compare sa mga action ng 90s, level up ito. Iba ito. Kaya hindi nananayang ang pera ng babayan ng mga nagulang. Wala ka.
At saka ang balita ko, ayaw magpa-double eh. Kasi nung araw, pwede pang medalya, may double.
Hindi makikita ano, talagang ang nakikita mo kasi sa action, na nakita ko rin naman dati, lalo na sa mga pina natin, wapo. Sa susunod na nakangiti ka, wapo ka pa rin. Kaya nakasunod na. Hindi na pwede. Hindi pwede. Sila, nakita ko, yung, ako kasi, tinitignan ko kasi, sa fight scene, yung body movement ko. Kasi ang fight scene, drama yan eh. Hindi lang movie yan. Kaya ilagay mo rin, parang drama rin yan. I salute you, Julia. I salute you. Oh, really good job. Congratulations.
Salamat, Tito Levi.
Thank you, Miss. Continue, Miss Michelle.
Okay, susunod na magtatanong si Saika Nika.
Hello po, good afternoon. Congratulations to all of you. I'm Saika from Saika Niki Beauty and Lifestyle. So my question is for Miss Julia Montes. I've heard that you're very praised well enough by mga colleagues po ninyo. How do you prepare for your role po? That you were in the drama scene and then now nasa action po kayo. How do you prepare this role?
Personally po, dito po kasi ang Nathan Studios, both producers po namin and direct, pinrepare talaga kami prior. If we have an action scenes, tuturuan po talaga kami ng numero para hindi kami magkasakitan. And then, yung co-actors namin, kung sino yung makaka-eksena namin sa fight scene, magkakaroon din kami ng sarili namin rehearsal bago kami mag-take. So personally, wala pong other preparation than teamwork. Yung talaga ang mindset mo dapat pag pupunta ka sa set, teamwork. Kasi para sa akin, ang nakikita ko po sa action, hindi ka po pwedeng gumalaw ng ikaw lang. Kailangan para siyang sayaw. Parang it takes two to tango. Kailangan nagsasagutan kayo para maging maganda yung eksena. Blessed po ako na lahat ng kasama ko dito, sobrang nagaling. And yun nga po bilang babae, ang sarap sa pakiramdam na mabigyan ng opportunity ni Direk ng gano'n. Pag sinabing action talaga. Kasi syempre, ang frustration namin mga babae minsan na parang, kunwari may eksena ganito, hanggang sampalan lang, hanggang sabunutan lang. Pero deep inside, gusto mo sabihin, pag ito na yung nangyari, sasapakin ko na yung sa galit ko eh. Kasi ang babae rin naman palaban tayong lahat. Diba? So parang dito, hindi mo makikita yung gender na babae lang siya. Dito mo mapapatunayan na tayong mga Pilipino, pag nagmahal tayo ng pamilya, kaibigan, o kahit ano pa. Sa akin kasi this time, yung family ko, nanay ko, sa yung kapatid ko eh. So yung pinaglalaban ko, family, lalabas na dun yung tapang mo, wala nang babae, wala nang lalaki. So yun.
Okay. Thank you.
Ang susunod na magtatanong si Kaiser Fuentes of Manila Times and MyTV.
Hello, good afternoon. So, we know that aside from entertaining the fans this Christmas, the main objective also is to bring back action mainstream. So, we have a beautiful stars here who've proven they're good in drama and comedy, like Popoy. So, how did you condition yourself, or how did you prepare, aside from the trainings, how did you prepare your emotions physically, to be an action star this time?
Siguro, Coco, you can answer the question. Paano ka nag-prepare? Bongga din ang mga action sequences mo rito. Takbo ka ng takbo, ha?
Hindi ko na nga maalala yun kasi 2 years ago. Hello, paano nga ba ako nag-prepare? Sobrang lang talaga. Nandun ako sa point po na willing nga talaga magkamali. Kasi naalala ko nung unang sama ko mismo dun sa training namin, first day. Direct Richard mismo, together with Mr. Erwin. Siya mismo ginagawa niya yung mismo, yung mismo stunt. Siya mismo gumugulong siya sa kalsada, sa tamuan. So ako mismo, si Direct mismo ginagawa eh. Ako pa, so talaga nakikinig lang. So mas observe lang talaga ako palagi. Kailangan focus lang. Mas yun lang talaga. Tapos tamang lang din ng mga action para may idea. Ganun. Hindi siya madali actually, pero kinaya mo lang. Thank you.
I just want to know if the stars here, is this your first time to work with each other, and how's the working chemistry with each other?
Siguro Miss Maureen and Miss Alfeo, sagutin natin, and then si Kong Arjo, pakinggan natin. Kayo muna. Miss Maureen, Mauricio po.
Lahat naman, nakasama sa hindi nakasama, alam mo yung bonding. Lagi-lagi ko rin hinihingi yan, peace, love, and harmony. Kasi ito yun. So, lahat okay, magaan, good vibes. So, walang sikat, walang hindi sikat. Lahat pantay-pantay.
Miss Anne?
Hindi ko first time makatrabaho sila Arjo and Julia. In fact, I played the role of Arjo's mom in Dear Love, and with Julia naman, walang hanggan as her annulment lawyer. So, masarap kasi para kaming pamilya ulit, para kaming reunion, parang ganon. And dito sa cast na to, lahat kasi cool eh. Walang arte, walang lahat game. Kaya masaya at masarap katrabaho lahat. Especially ang producer namin at director, syempre. So talagang pamilya kami dito sa Topak. Pamilyang Topak.
Ikaw, Arjo, how does it feel working with all of your cast in this project?
Oh no, like what Derek said, we're very much blessed and privileged to be given this wonderful cast. One scene man yan o hindi, everyone was able to pull through some movie. So to answer your question, to be given this cast is like a blessing. Like what I always say, we just get on the set and plug and play. That's how it was. And it was just a family built up, of course, with a very passionate. Magandang topak sa set ito eh. Very passionate kasi ito eh. Kaya sinabi ni Coco yung rolling, all that stuff, he will do it. So obviously, as actors, we want to dive into it as much as the captain of the ship is doing it. So, yun, just very blessed, thankful, and very excited.
Okay, ang susunod na magtatanong si Carlo Alano Calami, Cebu. And why Cebu?
So this movie has been internationally acclaimed already, di ba? So, ano yung expectations naman natin dito sa box office for ngayong MMFF?
Yeah, sa box office po, I think I answered this question already. We're not thinking about that. We're not after the box office. Who doesn't want naman in the beginning? Diba? Sino ayaw maging box office? Who doesn't want to do a part 2? Who doesn't want to do another film next year? Who doesn't want to have a reason to come back to MMFF? But definitely, I think nakaigot na po kami. We've presented the beans in such a way with a very beautiful story that tackles mental health awareness, and to be given this opportunity to be part of the 50th Metro Manila Film Festival is such an honor. First time ko din po, actually second time. So yun, I think there's no pressure. We're just all having fun, and we just read this movie is not just a movie. Hindi lang to nitty-gritty stuff. This has a message. This definitely has a message, and that's what we're here for. That's what we want to tell the people. That's what we want people to know. And yun po. So all enjoy, all fun. So hopefully mapanood nyo po.
Follow up na Marco. After this challenging role, what was the first thing you did to unwind, to distress?
Distress? I think parang wala nang time to distress. Parang wala nang time to distress. I think distressing on the set. It was very therapeutic eh. It's such a heavy role. Mahirap po yung role, I have to admit, because as I said, I don't want to represent anything badly. No, we want to send a message, and as simple as that. No, I'm not trying to get famous or whatever from just this. No, but definitely. Sorry, what was the question again?
Yeah, what did you do after filming?
Oh, yun lang po. I think sa set lang po. Like we were talking about it, Jules, diba? Kausap ko lang po si Jules, I think, kanina or the other time. We were saying na medyo mahirap siya, iyak, drama, takbo, pero that's what I was saying. Kaibigan namin lahat ng sa set eh. So pag sinabing, God, we're all just laughing. Tapos pagdating na naman sa set, nagpapatayin na naman kami. So it's really like parang may pagka-bipolar, but it kept us, no, I mean that, seriously, pero it kept us on work, it kept us 100%, it kept us going. That was the flow, that was the momentum, and it kept going. And we finished a beautiful story, and just thank you for this opportunity.
And Derek, ito naman, what if gagawa kayo ng sequel ng Topak? Anong wrong issue yung gusto mong itackle?
There's a whole lot of subject matter that can really be discussed again for the next sequel or a prequel or whatsoever. But I just would like to share this. What's amazing about how Topak was born, more than the performance, more than the action scenes and all, we need to remember that from the start, Topak is a pure, independent produced film. It is produced independently by Nathan and with its partner. And I think the pride in there is binuo to lahat. And all I can say is, the industry needs a producer like Nathan Studio that can push through and be more visionary sa lahat ng mga succeeding nila na projects. And I think Topak and some of the TV series that has been made years ago, I think that's the stepping stone. But with the sequel, I think it's more of, kasi the promise palagi ng producer, pag kumita tayo, may sequel tayo. I think it's more of having a producer na ganito ka-passionate and thinking na how to make a difference and how to really contribute in the industry, which our industry badly needed. So, I think that is something na we need to look forward to. Because all of those stories na magagawa kasunod, if it's going to be Topak na sequel or a prequel na Topak or some other action, Nathan is more revitalized and energized because of this experience and environment na nandito kami ngayon sa Metro Manila Film Fest. And with its partner, Fusey, and our company's products, I think yung pinakamasarap na feeling na you produce it wholeheartedly, na kayo-kayo lang, and then seeing it, how it grows, parang nagtatanim kayo, and then ngayon nakita nyo na yung tinanim nyo. I think that is something na to be cherished talaga for Nathan and for all of us here sa Topak.
Okay, thank you for that. We have 5 more questions to go. So, Jovelyn Padin of XFF, Station Manager.
Good afternoon, everyone, and this question goes to Julia Montes. Alam naman namin na you have done series of action in TV, but for the movie, parang ito yung una. What is your preparation? And my second question is, na-aksidente ka raw sa inyong taping. Can you share with us?
Actually po, preparation po, nung time na yon kasi halos kakabalik ko lang ng work ng direct, diba? So medyo mentally din, preparation, sinet ko yung isip ko na bago itong papasukin ko in movie. And gusto ko nga kasi ma-experience yung sinasabi nilang tatak songs. And ang ma-experience ko naman, worth it. Yung sa accident naman po, hindi naman po maiiwasan, pero ito siguro yung film na hindi ko na-feel na may accident because parang ang feeling ko parte siya nung ginawa namin. And isa siya sa mga memorable experience for me because yun makikita mo yung passion ng bawat isa. Parang ang feeling ko, why will I cut yung passion ng bawat isa dun sa eksena yun dahil lang natusok ako. So parang feeling ko, mamaya na lang tayo mag-usap, malayo ka naman sa bituka. Parang ganun yung mindset ko. And siguro dahil pag-usapan na rin yung accident, merong isang scene, nalala mo direct yung nabato ako sa table. Yun, medyo may fear lang akong naramdaman doon. Kasi nung na-itcha ako sa table, pag napanood nyo, yung likod ko tumama, mali yung pagkakatama ko, hindi ko siya na arte ng alalay. Medyo binigay ko ng todo-todo yung katawan ko. Sa bigat kong to, sumama ako sa likod. Medyo lumamig sa parang nagkaroon ng ground yung buong katawan ko. So medyo natakot lang ako kasi baka mamaya sa sobrang may nangyaring accident talaga na hindi ko na ma-reverse. Pero wala naman. And ang swerte ko naman na lahat naman talaga nakatutok. Siguro yun din yung pinaka-masarap na experience ko dito kasi doon mo nga mararamdaman na kapag na-enjoy mo yung trabaho mo, makakalimutan mo na rin as a person, as an actor, yung safety side kasi nandun ka na sa moment. And siguro pag napanood niyo yung film, lahat kami may mga kanya-kanyang kwento, especially kay Kong Arjo, ang dami na rin experiences ng mga almost accident din. And we're just lucky na lahat naman kami safe and na-enjoy lang namin lahat ng naging journey.
Tinutulungan ka ba ni Direk Coco din sa mga, mga advice?
Siyempre, kailangan ko magpagpaturo sa mga ano lang. Patikan na daw. Hindi, ano ko yun master ko yun So, syempre magpapaturo ako. Nasa lagi ko kasi siya binibiro na manager ko siya. So, papaturo muna ako sa manager ko bago ako sumaba. So, blessed lang din po ako na nakakapagtanong din ako sa kanya, syempre.
Okay, thank you. Ryan Mark of Showbiz Remark.
Yes, hello, good afternoon. This is for Pocholo pala. Maureen and Miss Anne, please tell us a bit about your role here.
Napakabait po ng karakter ko dito. Kung mapapanood niyo po, lalagpasan po sa pusilak. No, I played the role of Akinta. Isa po ako sa mga kasama ni Timmy Eigenman, si Sid Lucero. Isa po ako sa grupo niya na mga kasama namin at mga kasalubong namin si Kong Arjo dito at si Miss Julia. And ang hirap magbigay ng karakter kasi baka magkaalaman na tayo. Pero basta busilak ako sa totoong buhay, hindi po sa pelikulang to. Panoorin niyo po. Thank you.
Kay Miss Maureen kasi sabi yung special participation or special
Ang ginampanan ko naman po dito na papel ay nanay ni Julia Montes at ni Cocoy De Santos na basta panoorin ko. Please. Muntik na akala ko.
I played the role of Mayor Armida Bacaro Dominguez. Siguro mas maganda kung panoorin nyo. Kasi nga, pag lahat ng characters namin, sanga-sanga, damay-damay kumbaga. Damay-damay, may kanya-kanyang kung bakit, in short, kung bakit nabuo ang pa. So, mas maganda na panoorin ninyo para may excitement at saka may thrill.
Konektado, kumbaga.
Yes. And then na-curious na rin din ako. Please tell us about your character here, si Gerard. How do you pronounce your name? Gerard?
Gerard.
Yeah, Gerard. It's hard to pronounce.
Ako na nahirapan din ako eh. Ako, 5 years kong pinagandaan tong character ko. Panoorin nyo.
Ito, salbahe mo ba yan?
Hindi, salbahe ako. Ano ako dito kay Levi, sa side nila kay Levi. Ito yung boss namin eh. Kami yung mga killer machine dito eh.
Si Gabriel din, killer din siya.
Ang role ko dito si Ben Dumpling. Ako yung friend sa streets ni Bogs, which is si Cocoy. And panoorin nyo na lang.
And of course, si Nicolo din.
Yeah, si Nicolo din.
Ako yung administrator. Basically, ako yung magpapakilala kay Arjo dun sa setting na gagalawan nila for the next, for majority of the film. Pero kung anong mangyayari, panoorin nyo na lang para...
Akala ko kambal mo si Gerard. Sorry naman.
Mahirap kasi, meron 3 parts eh. Pili ko lang to. Yung part nila Kong Arjo with Enchong, and yung part ni Tito Levi with Mayor, and Sid Lucero, I, myself, Paolo Mariso, Ivan Carapet, at saka si Julia with Cocoy, tapos yung families. So kapag nagbigay kami ng konting detalye sa inyo ngayon, baka ang hirap na. Baka hindi nyo na panoorin eh.
So dapat panoorin na lang talaga.
Panoorin nyo na lang po.
Follow up lang for Julia. Kasi I'm curious, Jules, kasi ang ganda ng review, ang ganda ng sinabi nila. Saan ka mas hiyang? Sa action o sa drama?
Mahirap yan. Gusto ko rin mag-action. So kung pwede i-combine action-drama, bakit hindi? Gusto ko lang, ang sarap lang sa pakiramdam na hindi ko masabi yung word, na napupuri dun sa ginagawa ko sa action kasi na-enjoy ko talaga siya. And ang sarap din po sa pakiramdam na yun nga, ma-lift na natin yung mga babae na kaya din lumaban. And ayun po. So sana, baka naman,
Your top 3 female action stars na nilook up mo growing up.
sa babae, Angelina Jolie lang first kong naisip na, kumbaga first tao na naisip ko, and then Scarlett. Medyo maganda yung kung tandem ng tatay at nanay. Tapos, ano pa ba? Pero mas marami po sa meals eh. So, yun lang. Mas na-enjoy ko lang nga talaga yung list. Top 1. Bias ako si Tom Cruise. So, yeah.
Okay, we have 3 more questions to go. We have Lisa Marinas of Cebu.
This is for the record, Richard. How has the journey been from Cannes to Locarno to finally showing this film sa MMF?
There's nothing more glorious to bring your project home. Yun yung in all honesty, we've been through Europe all over the year, last year. Plus, may US pa. In fact, si Ma'am Sylvia nga, tinanggihan na lang ibang mga... 5 pang tinanggihan ito ha. Honestly ha, may Great Britain pa. May Spain. May Germany pa. Siya na mismo napapagod na ako, sabi niya, napapagod na. So kami rin, kasi nakakapagod magano eh. But in our hearts, it's always nice to bring your firstborn na ipakilala mo sa pamilya mo. Wow. And ito yun, sa Pinas. Correct? Hanggang ngayon, in fact, since last year, yun na yung dream namin. Ma'am Sylvia, Direk Will, and the rest na sana makapasok tayo. Pero hindi nangyari yun. But in God's time, and then only actually hindi namin alam na this year, sa simula, it's the 50th anniversary. Basta we try lang na we need to push this now. Because otherwise, makalimutan ng topak next year pag hindi pinush. Kasi more than 2 years na eh. And then finally, magkasama kami nung in-announce. Parang hindi ko makalimutan na parang kami na mismo ang fan ng pelikula na nakutal-utal na si ma'am nang sinabi yung nung sinabi yung description ng film. And then kami rin hindi makapaniwala. It seems na may pinanganak ang firstborn. And ang sarap na kapwa Pilipino mo ngayon ang makapanood na gawang Pinoy, yun ang pinakamasarap na feeling. Makalimutan mo na yung awards, yung kita. Mapanood ka ng Pinoy na nag-elevate na tayo. Kaya ng Pinoy gumawa. And ito yun. So ito yung start ng lahat.
Okay, thank you for that. 2 more questions to go. Jewel of Sunstar Cebu.
Hello po. First of all, congratulations ahead po for the success of the film. I read somewhere po how PTSD is not about talked about condition in the Philippines. I wanted to know what it is next for the movie and how would you continue the advocacy of spreading awareness? Anyone from the cast or director can answer the question.
Sorry, what's the question?
How do you continue the advocacy of spreading awareness about PTSD, especially that it's not about talked about condition?
I should start with Miss Julia because she's very particular sa advocacy.
Siguro po ang gaya ng mga past interviews na tinanong sa amin yung about PTSD. As we all know, even us, hindi rin kami knowledgeable about PTSD. Kasi sometimes, merong details na sinasabi na, oh, ganito ang may PTSD. Ito yung mga triggers. Pero as a person na merong PTSD, ano nga ba yung pinagdadaanan nila? So, hindi kasi siya natin natatackle. So, we're just hoping and praying na start ng film na to, more than the blockbuster, more than the whatever na kikitain ng movie. We're trying to aim din na yung advocacy mas mag-last. The story na may mga bagay tayong hindi natatakal na sana this time around, maging mas ready na tayong itakal yun. Kasi marami, for sure, maraming may pinagdadaanan ganyan. And hindi lang naman kailangan sumama ka sa gera para magkaroon ka ng ganong pinagdadaanan. So sana, we're just hoping na starting from now, from this film, Topak, mas maging aware and mas maging kind tayo sa bawat isa because we don't know kung ano pinagdadaanan ng bawat isa. So yun lang po.
And, yeah, I think I agree with what Julia said. Definitely to continue, there has to be sustainability towards it. It's not just the film, but the film lasts a lifetime. That's one of the reasons why we actually said yes to this film. There's an advocacy with it, and this is a great opportunity for us. Sabi nga ni Julia, tama, we don't know the corners of each and every level of PTSD, but rest assured we have studied it through the researchers. We also have a roundtable discussion that you guys could watch online, because definitely meron po kaming psychiatrist on board na kahit dun sa roundtable kami din natututo along the way. Because obviously as actors, we can only do so much. We do our own researches, we do our own things, but definitely to be part of an advocacy besides the fun of doing a film would always be great. So I guess to answer your question, to sustain this, I think the film itself will sustain and remind people of mental health awareness. Pero for us to be able to continue it, I think amongst ourselves as individual citizens, no, that now we're aware, we could spread it amongst ourselves, not just through movies, but through our everyday lives. So maraming salamat. Thank you.
Can I add? Because I have strong feelings about this as well. Just like in the movie, maraming physical things na nangyayari sa mga tao. Health-wise, you get injured, makikita mo bali ang buto. Pag nabaril, makikita mo may butas yung ano. Ang maganda dito sa film is that it also shows that mental health matters, and we cannot see the wounds until we talk about it. So that in itself is the sustainability of it. People actually talking about what is in their head and physicalizing, manifesting kung ano yung sakit na pinagdadaanan nila. Kasi hindi natin nakikita. So I believe this film brings forward that concept na huwag na natin hintayin umabot doon. Let's talk about it now before things start exploding.
Okay, to add that, kasi the reason why na hindi na didiscuss ang mental illness or PTSD sa Philippines, hindi dahil na we are, what you call this, we are numb to that. At the same time, we have, tayo dito, and of course, kayo dyan, we've lost people close sa atin because of that illness in some other ways, no? Depende. Pero, ang nakikita ko kasi, we were all taught as Pinoy to be resilient. Palagi yan. Bagyo, sakuna, gera, be resilient, laban ng Pinoy. Diba? Every day, yun yung running line. Be resilient, resilient tayo. Na somehow, nakalilimutan natin na a simple manner or a simple lang na gestures like, pwede ba ngayon we listen and sometimes mag-connect din tayo? Maybe mas matutunan natin yun rather than turuan mo lang siyang maging matigas palagi. Pwede ba siya maging maalumanay siya at magpahinga muna and mapakinggan niyo siya? And both of you nagko-connect. So I think yun ang mas kailangan natin.
Thank you so much for the insightful answers.
Okay, we're down to our last question. Yung magtatanong is Fitzgerald Alcazar of Laagan sa Subo.
Yes, just one last question. What cinematography techniques were used in this film? Like the location, cinematography techniques?
Okay, if you look at the trailer, we're very much particular with the visual language of the film. Because we are not only showcasing the action scenes and the drama, but we need to bring the actors into an immersion where everything must be real and where everything must be visually communicating sa audience. So we adapted most of our highly technical people to work with us, from cinematography to lighting, and of course, as a designer myself, I designed the whole film myself also with my team, so that we will have all of us has this idea kung ano yung lugar nila. And by the way, Arjo and the rest of the cast, they and of course Julia, I brought them in this abandoned warehouse before the shooting started, and I had them train sa alikabok, sa dumi and all, para maramdaman nila when it's about time to bring them sa totoong location, hindi na sila manibago na may daga doon, may mga palaka, may mga alikabok, may lahat. So yun yung pinaka na successful namin na ginawa dahil na-immerse sila lahat doon. So everything naging second nature na nila and wala na silang minaramdaman na kung ano-ano because of that. So yun, it's really introducing the world to everyone and to the audience para mas believable and ma-adapt nyo na maramdaman nyo siya and maamoy nyo. So yun.
Grabe, ang galing. Palakpakan naman natin sila. Ladies and gentlemen, top of the start, December 25. There you have it. Maraming salamat po. Sige po, tuloy po natin ng konti photo op. And then, after this, kailangan na po mag-proceed ng ating mga artista para sa ating parade. Thank you so much.